Hi, I'm Kevin Kuchenbecker, Planning, Zoning, and Historic Preservation Officer for the City of Deadwood, and we're here for another moment in Deadwood's history. We're standing in Martha Bullock Park, which has a history I'll talk a little bit about, but first off, we're also in the heart of Cleveland. Cleveland was an early mining camp of Deadwood, and that's what our focus has been over the past few videos. Cleveland was located a mile up from Deadwood on Charles Street. Charles Street was the main street for Deadwood. It was founded in 1877 by Jeff Cleveland. He had a corral here and then sold town lots, and its boundaries were basically from Corral Street to Division Street. And, Division Street named from the division between this and the next mining camp, and then obviously Corral for Cleveland's Corral. A lot of residents that are famous in Deadwood's history lived in this area. You had Frank Peck, which is an interesting story, and I haven't done any research on that. Please do so. It's one of our unsolved mysteries. We had John McClintock, who was an early stagecoach driver. Julius Deacon lived in Cleveland Heights, which was a development right above Cleveland. And then our first hospital was also located here, and is still located in this area. That hospital, I shouldn't say the first hospital, a hospital, but that hospital operated early on, was closed, operated as a Catholic school, and then reopened, and it's where our hospital is today. There were a few businesses in this area. As you read the newspaper articles, they were talking about the houses being built being fairly expensive, up to $1,500 for a new house. Wouldn't that be nice today? The other thing is they were talking about their gardens and the beautification in Cleveland. And so it's one of the mining camps that became part of Deadwood in 1881. Now we're in Martha Bullock Park. It was donated to the city in approximately 1929. And then Reverend Ferguson was involved with the youth activities of the community. Obviously, Ferguson Field is named after him. But there was a sledding hill here, and the Rotarians were very involved in that. Today, it houses a playground, a picnic shelter, where we're under right now because we're getting some of that beautiful spring rain. And as I was telling Rose on the way here, it's better to be wet than white this time of year. But we also have a tennis court, basketball hoops, and it's being used quite a bit for pickleball as well. So it's kind of nice to think back that Martha Bullock donated this land, and it's still being used today for the public. And again, in the heart of Cleveland, and not Cleveland, Ohio, but named after Jeff Cleveland, who founded this town site, this mining camp in Deadwood, and had his corral there. So that's a brief history. We got some beautiful homes on here. Some of them have been going through some transformations. We still have a few homes along here that we'd like to take off the old siding and uncover the original. We'll get there. Lots of activities going on in this area. The highway project was completed in 2016. We were able to incorporate some historic lamps in this area as well to tie it into Deadwood, since it's been around and part of Deadwood since 1881. So now you know a little more about the old mining camp of Cleveland, and that's a wrap.